was told by my GF that she wants to open the relationship and I have no idea how to proceed. Am I cooked? Just as it sounds, she told me this a couple days ago, and I'm like, really lost right now. Our fun time life is decent, she told me I'm the best she's ever had, and has no complaints. She always reaches the finish line, and she gets anything she wants, so, I can't see it being for fun time experiences. I nurture and care for her, and have done so much for her financially, emotionally, and physically. I've picked her up more times than I can count when she was at her lowest, and got her on the right path in life. Even so, she's become distant lately. There was one time I caught her full-blown cheating on a dating app texting other men, which she hid, and denied when I saw the Bumble app open. There have been text messages that I know I've seen 4 months ago from a guy I'll call B. Many of these messages are at like 12 a.m., even 2 a.m. sometimes. I never snooped, it just showed up as a text message when she would fall asleep with her phone in her hand. When I tried to ask about it, she denied the messages and gaslit me, saying he was a friend, and nothing more than that, which I find hard to believe. She's always been open and honest about guy friends before, but this guy was never brought up, or ever talked about. I moved away for trade school and wasn't home for a couple months. She has always been bad at texting, or even calling sometimes, and would get annoyed if I called and she seemed to be busier than usual during that time. I returned 2 weeks ago and I saw her texting this B guy again 4 days ago, and I'm really thinking that she was seeing him without my knowing while I was away. When she offered the open relationship, she told me I should start dating and seeing other people too. Probably so she doesn't feel guilty for cheating. I have zero intention in seeing anyone else, and just want to know why she's even doing this. I really do love her. She's my second GF ever. We've been together for 4 years, and have a dog together. I really can't understand why she wants this after everything I've done for her, and what we've been through together. The only negative thing is my family, which don't think she's the right person for me. She's made some bad impressions each time she's been over. Is this relationship too far gone at this point? Is there anything worth saving or trying to talk about? I know if someone wants to open, it usually means they're checked out already. It just seems like she wants to use me as a backup plan in case whatever she's doing fails. If anyone knows, or has an idea why she might be doing this, it would really help my head at this time. I appreciate everyone who's read, and will consider all the advice given. I will also try to answer questions if there are any. Relative comments. Commenter 1. Your relationship is over. She either already has a guy in mind, and is looking for permission to cheat without feeling guilty, or has already cheated, and is tired of hiding it. This will not go how you think. This only ends poorly. Commenter 2. OP, your relationship was probably over even before you went away for that time. You listed many of the classic signs of her cheating. Now she wants to open the relationship so she doesn't have to keep hiding it. Please realize she is not the person you thought she was. She is actually a cheater that is using you for a place to live rent-free. Time to break up with her. Kick her out. It's time for her to learn how to support herself. Tell all of your friends she has been cheating on you, and kick her out. OP's response. I appreciate the comments. I'm thinking she's probably already stepped out on me. Her wanting to open it is proof enough for me that it's already happened. Update. Well, I really didn't think I would post an update, but for how many of you that are invested, and how much time some of you put into writing your comments, here's the update. Before I start, I want to thank everyone for all the advice. I read every single one, and I apologize for not responding to them all. I learned a lot of different terms I never knew existed, such as doormat, monkey branching, etc. etc. I just figured making one big update would suffice. Back to the topic at hand, I had originally declined the open relationship. I never said I was okay with it. She went silent on me, and wouldn't talk to me. I made the post to try and confirm my own suspicions and thoughts, and for legitimate advice that I'm not going insane. So, for those who don't know, I have decided to end it. I am 100% monogamous, and there were a lot more red flags, and things she did before, that I had not mentioned. A lot of you opened my eyes to different terms and ways of thinking. I knew she was cheating, I was aware of it, but I wasn't fully prepared to confront her before, and like I said, I got shot down, gaslit, etc. etc. You may be wondering why I didn't kick her out sooner. So, I had to think about how I was going to do this. A lot of our life is integrated together. It's not as easy as saying, see you later. And it's done. I had a lot of things to get done today, and in order to get ready to drop this bomb. I would have loved to go ice cold and disappear, but I wanted to see her face and reaction. She needed to hear what I had to say. I'm so glad I didn't have a split bank account. She signed the lease with me at the place we're staying at. So how she acted was deciding if I was leaving or not. Also, she makes $12,000 more a year than I do. Has less expenses than I do, and somehow still has no money at the end of the month. She got home around 4 hours ago. I stayed home from work because I needed to prep for this. I let her get settled in, and asked me what I made for dinner. She was confused because nothing was out yet, so I told her I needed to seriously talk to her about something. She got a worried look on her face. I said, I'm done. I'm not doing an open relationship with you. I know you've been cheating on me. I'm not dumb. I deserve better than this, and I'm honestly disgusted with your behavior, and how you've treated me after all this time. I wish I had the courage to do this sooner. She was devastated, burst into tears, crying, and saying she would stop and change in classic cheater victim guilt. I lied to her. I said I'd forgive her and we could stay together if she confessed to everything. Surprisingly she did, or at least what she wanted to tell me. She didn't cheat for fun times. She said she wanted to know what other men were like emotionally, and wanted to explore different people/personalities. She said I wasn't available enough lately. My dad had a major stroke, which is why I wasn't putting 100% into her. And that's what she was complaining about. My dad is okay, just recovering. My mom is also in a wheelchair, so I spent a lot of time home with family helping out. She said she did sleep with someone at their place, and it was very disappointing. She said it meant nothing. She asked him after their third date, and got ghosted after it was, in fact, not B. Just some guy she emotionally connected with, which is why she still texts him. And has no physical attraction to, according to her. She cheated, and that's all I needed to know. I told her to get out and I never want to see her again. She refused, and then started having a full-blown mental breakdown, trying to hurt me as much as she could emotionally. She used my insecurities against me, then she got physical. That shook me to the core. I never thought I'd feel what I felt in that moment. I was worried she was going to say I hurt her. And then I'd be handcuffed immediately. I just wanted her to leave. And was going to call the authorities on her, but she did end up leaving for her friend's place on her own. After all that, I knew I wasn't staying there anymore, and that I needed a restraining order against her once my stuff was out. Luckily most of the furniture is hers, so I really didn't have much to take. Some things, yes, but mostly just my personal things, and a lot of kitchen stuff. I did organize some things, in case something like this did happen. So, I basically just have to box my stuff and get help to move. Might get my one friend to help. It's going to be a long night, but I'll make it work. The landlord knows, and all my legal stuff is done. I'll end up moving back home to help more. I know she will come running back, and wanting to crawl back in, but at least I respect myself enough to not take it anymore, and the restraining order should help with that. I'll probably need to go to some more intense therapy after this. I'm shaking still, and it's been 2 hours since she's left. My buddy is swinging by soon. He's a real one for coming. I've heard of support groups for abuse partners in relationships, and might attend a few to meet like-minded people in bad situations. It might help with what I'm feeling. There won't be any more updates. I won't keep the post up forever. I'll end up taking it down after a day. I'll keep it up just long enough for those who are invested in the story to read. Thanks again to all who read and commented. I'll be okay, just going to take time. Cheers. Follow for the latest gossip, Hong Kong.